Alright, here we go. Take out your focus and your study guide. You're going to miss a bunch, so I don't care. Cool. Alright, here we go. Stress, the term used to describe physical, emotional. No, hello, drop off assignment. Thank you for the instruction.
Wait, we need whiteboards? There was nothing on the
Wait, I got you.
No, she told us while we were out there.
Thank you.
Goodness, look at it.
Coker, I'm getting things done, and I'd appreciate it if you'd stop. Thank you kindly. You've already had enough giggles for the day. You're done. Alright, so stress is the term used to describe the physical, emotional, and cognitive events. Every single person in this room has experienced stress. Some of us have experienced more traumatic stress than others by being in situations that are life-threatening, death, family situations, all that stuff. Not to dismiss your stress is not real or anything like that, but everyone handles stress differently, everyone deals with stress differently. Everyone has experienced it, whether it's for a test, whether it's knowing that you have 57 index cards due on Tuesday, whatever it is, that everyone has it. So, when we talk about stressors, they're actually on your whiteboard, write down 2 major things you stress about. Don't say school, be specific. I've had a lot of AP Bio today. I have no idea what's going on in AP Bio. That would be it. So, I've had a lot of AP Bio. Don't say school, say specifically. Okay, write down 2 things that are going on. First of all, I would tell you right now, my husband's out of town for the next month. That is stressful. Because I have to be a full-time puppy mom and it's exhausting. Write down 2 things that are causing you stress right now. Don't be vague, be specific. 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, meet someone new around you and share your answers. Here we go.
I've got 0 right for me.
3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So when we talk about stress, everyone's experienced it. Everyone's a whole wide range of things. Some of you are talking about jobs. A lot of you are talking about school. Some of you even had college stuff down. Even though my girl over here, Crystal, had a big day today. If you didn't hear, Crystal got accepted to USC today, and she is in running for a major scholarship. So congratulations, Crystal. Very exciting. So when we talk about stressors, it's important that all these words are going to sound alike. We have to separate them, which is why we're going to do whiteboards to conform it. So stressors are events that cause a stress reaction. They are specific events. For instance, next weekend I'm going to a formal gala. It's a floor-length gown. McCrae is buying a tux. That's a whole other stupid expense. My husband's a moron. No, he's an idiot. He's going to drop $1,500 on a tux he was going to wear 3 times a year. So stupid. Anyway, so this gala, I have to get my nails done, including my fingernails, which I hate getting my nails done. I'm getting my hair done. We're staying in a super fancy hotel, which McCrae's working all day Saturday, so I'm the one doing all the packing and the moving. Got to deal with the dog. I have to go tanning because I'm electric white and it's not cute. And yeah, I have so much crap I have to do for a stupid thing I don't want to go to. That is a stressor. That thing I've been planning for 4 weeks because I'm not spending $400 on a floor-length gown. Now, I wear floor-length gowns more often than one would think at my age, but I can't afford it because I'm poor and I'm a teacher. So it took me 2 weeks to find a $100 floor-length gown. I found one. It's gorgeous. So I'm kind of excited about that, but I don't want to put it on. I don't want to do the hair, the makeup, the whole crap. Stressor. Next Saturday, I will be miserable. What is a specific event, a specific stressor that you are stressed about? Go. Something specific, not vague. Next weekend, I'm going to a gala. Shoot me in the face. And by the way, I'm talking about this gala, and here's my little man running by a pool. We don't own a pool.
I'll take care of your dog.
You want Toby for the night?
Yes.
You want little man?
Yes. Oh my gosh, can you please text my mom? I totally will.
No. Talk to your mom and see if she says yes.
She would. Olivia. She says yes. No. Yes. Don't mind.
Ask your mom. If it would be cool, it'd be amazing. All right. Turn to a person and share. Go.
Saturday when
That would be. It's a specific event. A bio test is absolutely it.
3 tests tomorrow.
What else? 3, 2, 1. Debbie. Shh. What do we got? Why? Are you punished? You just do everyone's laundry? Oh my god, you're like a good person. Gross. I don't even like doing my own laundry. I hate laundry. Nicola, what's your stressor? Oh shit. That's like a real stressor. Oh my god. That sounds terrible. And you're here today? So you're going to be moving all night.
Yeah.
Sorry to point that out. All right, here we go. Distress is the effect of an unpleasant or undesirable stressor. So, I told you I'm going to this big fancy ball next weekend. Shoot me in the face. I have to be super glamorous, and I have to be sociable because the people we're like rubbing elbows with, are super, super wealthy. So you can't wear like fake gaudy necklaces because the person next to you, like for instance last year, I had like this like fake smallish necklace because it's not my first gala. And some lady had this huge, like massive emerald. And I was like, oh my God, where'd you get that? Tiffany's. Jesus, we are not in the same world. It was huge. It was humongous. Anyway, when we talk about distress, and I think about the stupid gala, first of all, I'm an anxious eater, which is not good when you have to fit into a ball gown. It's not cute, not a good look. So, I'm an anxious eater. AP, when we're about a month out from APs, you will see there'll be a big bag of peanut butter M&Ms over there. Not like the sharing size one. I'm talking the hand where you can shove your hand in and you pull the whole thing out. You can do that like 6 times. I may have been measuring, with how much I eat them. They're my favorite thing, stress eater. The other thing is, my skin hates me. So I'm stressed about going to this stupid gala, and I know I'm going to be breaking out in the middle of it because my skin hates me, and I'm 30 years old, and my skin still breaks out when I'm stressed. It's great. What are distressors that you have? I'm an anxious eater when I'm stressed, and my skin breaks out because life's unfair. So what happens to you? Some people break out in rashes when they're stressed or hives. So I had like 4 kids raise their hand for that. What is something that you do when you are stressed? Share with a new neighbor. Talk to someone new. Yes.
I cry.
Coker, talk to Carolyn. 5, 4, 3, 2. Jessica, what's your distress? Yes, that's a real life thing. Absolutely. Adrian, what's your distress?
I sweat.
Yes, that's a good one. Everyone does that. Some more than others. I am a sweater. Just going to be upfront with you. Oh, I'm such a delight when I'm stressed. I overeat. Oh my God. I sweat and then I break out. Oh my God. This is going to be terrible. All right. Jack, what do you do when you're stressed?
I get really mad really easily.
That's what I said.
That's weird.
Marching band season.
No. Yours is kind of normal. The stress, you get mad easily. I'm so sorry to hear that. Do you get mad that often?
No. I have a pretty even temper, but when I get mad, I get.
Nice. I also am the same. I very rarely get mad. Eustress is the effect of positive events or the optimal amount of stress that people need to promote health and well-being. It is really important that while we're doing these examples, you're actually stopping and thinking about it because they all sound the same damn thing. Can we agree? Okay, they're all slight variations of each other. So eustress is when something is coming or you're working towards something and it gets you like this whole like excited thing. Like your first kiss or your first kiss ever, your first kiss with whoever you're dating or whatever, and you get that bottom of the pit stomach, and you're like, oh my God, is it going to happen? Oh my God, what happens? Ah! And then it happens, and you're like, ah, it was worth it. Roller coaster, that pit of your stomach, you're nervous standing in line, but you're like getting on it. I get that nervous pit in my stomach, and I'm out. No way, not a shot in hell am I going on a roller coaster. Are you kidding me?
Never been.
I've been on like 2, and it was completely against my will. It's not my thing. I have so many things that are not my thing. So, eustress. What is something that gives you that nervous, excited feeling that makes you do something? Like, for instance, one of my good friends, Jen, is like super creative and like talented, something I can't relate to. And when she's like excited about a project, she'll work like 16, 18 hours a day on a project. She just goes nonstop and she just loves it. And she's been working on some really cool stuff, some really cool pieces, and it's been really exciting to see her like crank them out. But like she's just excited about it, and that like adrenaline keeps her going. So, what is something you are positive about that gives you that lurch in your stomach kind of thing, Crystal?
No, you.
Okay, perfect. Gives you that little lurch in your stomach, kind of excitement kind of thing. Makes you kind of nervous because you're like, oh man, it's got to work out. Someone asked me if I feel eustress about Patriot football. That would be absolutely not. I am in complete miserable stress and then elated. There is no eustress in there. I hate when the Patriots win the Super Bowl, but I love being a Super Bowl champion. All right, turn to your neighbor. Go. Oh, I don't care. It's exciting, but you know they're going to do something stupid to piss you off, right? You're like, when's it going to happen, right? What do you write, Caitlin?
I know it's awful.
Nothing gives you, like, are you excited for, like, graduation and stuff?
You know the test?
That's
It's
so
like
far, I don't even
It's not that far, sweetie. It's coming real quick. It is coming real quick. 3, 2, 1. What do you got, Owens?
I said like going on vacations.
What's your spring break vacation? Oh, God. Good luck to that shit. Zoe, what's your eustress?
I feel like meeting people like a silent
You're like a social person, aren't you?
yeah.
Gross. I've never felt excited about meeting new people. No, thank you. All right. Cognitive, it is on the back of your study guide. It's Lazarus's cognitive appraisal. It's on the back, Lazarus's cognitive appraisal. You found it? Perfect. It states that how people think about a stressor determines, at least in part, how stressful that stressor will become. So if you think of things positively, then things will happen. You'll think of it more positively and you'll be less stressed. How well does this work out for you? Does it?
Yeah.
I think it's really hard to do. So say for instance, so I kind of walked into a very sticky situation when I was teaching this earlier. I happened to just ask a random girl, like, hey, what is something you're stressed about? Expecting AP Bio, AP Chem. Miss Bennett has been very common on the boards today. Something like, no offense, trivial school stuff. Can we agree? Nah, that's not what I walked into. Her parents are getting a divorce. And they announced it like a week ago. So, I mean, I don't want to be like, oh, and what are you, like. So I was kind of like, okay, I got to hash this out. I was like, okay, well, I mean, not getting too personal for you. I was like, well, you know, if your parents have been fighting for as long as you can remember, then, you know, maybe the divorce is a good thing. You can have peace in your household. Your mom can be happy. Your dad can be happy. You know, it'll just release the tension from your house, give everyone an opportunity to start fresh. You know, that's exciting. Lazarus is cognitive. And I was like, or you can think of this divorce as your entire family's being torn apart and nothing in the whole world is ever going to be the same. And, you know,
Sure.
I tried not to, but I mean, like, that's the way, you know, like, that's what Lazarus's approach is that the way you look at it. You know, this gives everyone an opportunity to find, you know, peace and happiness and stuff like that. And I was trying to go at it, and I really tried. This isn't a situation I really wanted to address. I wanted AP Bio. You know, like, come on, give me AP. Fine.
Make
If you,
fun of us.
Huh?
Because then you make fun of us.
why? Why would I make fun of you for being stressed over classes? I don't make fun of you for that. I make fun of you because you're ridiculous. Which, by the way, you make fun of me way more than I say anything to you, you big jerk. And I'm so glad I'm recording this.
Where's primary appraisal?
It's on the back of your study guide. Thank you for listening, Coker. It's Lazarus's cognitive. Would be your application.
Oh, okay.
So,
No.
when you look at a situation, Jack, are you going to be okay?
Yeah.
Okay. When you look at a situation, so say for instance, I told you that you have a project due the day you get back from spring break. Now you all know I don't assign projects because I don't care about what you can do at 2 o'clock in the morning, and social loafing is a real problem. With that being said, just listen to the example. Immediately, if I told you you had a project and it's worth 200 points, what are you going to say to yourself? Damn. Okay? You're going to be annoyed right off the cuff, and you're going to be like, oh my god, this is going to be so much work. Oh my god, this is just the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Then I'm going to be like, whoa, chill. Let me explain what it is. I want you to talk to your parents and someone your age and ask them what their opinion is on this matter. Okay? Then your assignment is to go find someone who has an opposite opinion of that and ask them why they feel that way. And have it to be an adult and have it to be a kid. And then I want you to look at these 4 or 5 things to compare. Write up a brief little thing about each of the 5 major comparison points. Fill out the information as I have on your rubric, and that's about it. On the secondary appraisal, you're like, oh, this really isn't that bad. I'm doing 4 interviews. Should take maybe about 10 minutes each. Writing it up, so I'll be done in an hour and a half. That's not bad at all. Secondary appraisal. When you stop, the first time it's emotional. Can we agree? If I told you, for instance, if I told you next Friday, I'm requiring every single person in this room to wear formal wear to school, which means ladies, you need floor-length gowns. Gentlemen, I'm looking for suit, tie, and the shiny shoes. Immediately, what's your emotional reaction? Dead inside, correct? Like shoot myself in the face. Like that sounds horrific. Okay? Secondary appraisal for all of you who come to school dressed in your formal wear. Top hats would be appreciated. I will have a sit-down lunch for you catered by Carrabba's, and you get to invite your special someone to join you. I don't know. Like, what the hell do you want me to say? I don't know. Okay? And then you're like, oh man, maybe that's not so bad. That would be the secondary appraisal. Yes, getting dressed up to come to school would be stupid, but look at all the other stuff I get. Okay? So, causes of stress. Do you know that catastrophes are stressful?
What?
I know. You may want to tell the people of Puerto Rico who have been going through a catastrophe for over 5 months now that it's stressful. I bet they haven't figured it out. And of course, that is complete sarcasm. When we talk about how catastrophes cause stress. So still today, by the way, FEMA stopped sending aid officially this week in form of payment to the people of Puerto Rico. Yeah. Aid has been cut back significantly by FEMA. By the way, about 40% of the island still doesn't have power or clean water, or reliable power and reliable clean water. Food is becoming scarcer and scarcer since FEMA is no longer delivering food anymore to the remote regions of Puerto Rico. So I think we can all agree just from those 3 statistics that Puerto Rico is still in a huge pot of trouble. Can we agree? They're having some serious issues. And of course, our attention span here in the United States and of course around the world has varied on to other things, correct? So are they receiving as much donations anymore? No. So this is a huge problem for Puerto Rico. When we talk about catastrophes, it's important for you to understand like the real life stuff. So how many of you are seniors? We got 2? Okay, cool. So this year, obviously, if we're hearing back from colleges and stuff, you're hearing back from universities and stuff like that, you've already done your applications. So this storm happened in what, September? Yeah, September like 15th or 14th or something like that. With that being said, those kids were probably in the middle of their college applications. Well, reliable internet hasn't been working in Puerto Rico. Now think about it. Schools have not reopened in Puerto Rico. So if you're a senior in high school, you're probably in the middle of writing all of your applications, and you probably haven't sent them off because there's no reliable internet or even reliable electricity. Oh, and there's also no reliable food sources, so that's also, kind of a big problem. School's not in session. It hasn't been in session for 5 months. Do you think these kids are going to graduate from high school? Guess what you can't do what do you have to do in order to go to college? Yeah. So guess what? These kids aren't going to have it. So guess what happens to their college plans? They're delayed. If that. Now think about it. Their entire families have been wiped. Some families' houses are completely destroyed, can't be saved. There's no reliable food source in some parts of town. There's no reliable water in some parts of the island. Okay? So say, for instance, you do get the college and stuff you need. You may get get your applications out there. Are you going to leave your family behind in completely unreliable conditions? Would you? How many kids are you thinking going to defer going to college for the next couple of years to stay home and try to help restore? A lot? If you don't follow the normal trajectory of college, the likeliness of you going back to college or finishing or dropping, if you drop out of high school and not continue the normal path, is 1 in 7. So how many of our upperclassmen in high school in Puerto Rico are probably not going to graduate from high school or in college? Pretty damn high, because they're going to go out and try to find jobs. They're going to try to provide and support their families and stuff like that. This is what these are things that you are dealing with now that are stressful, that you're thinking about, that has been totally thrown out the window. Imagine Nicola and Crystal, who are seniors this year, if all of a sudden your college plans just completely evaporated from a natural disaster. Can you imagine? I can't. What the hell do you do? So I think we can all agree, going through a catastrophe, you're going to have post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, which is on your study guide. When we typically talk about PTSD, who are we referring to? Veterans, absolutely. Soldiers. PTSD has been around since war started. When we send, especially young men, which traditionally it is young men we send into war, you're going to see some things, you're going to experience some things that you can't easily shake off. That's PTSD. We've called it shell shock before, if you've ever heard that expression. That's what we called it in World War I. However, today we have a higher diagnosis of PTSD in our current soldiers and more recent veterans. There's a couple of reasons for it. A, it's much more commonly known, and people are more likely to be diagnosed by something that people are commonly referring to, correct? You've seen the commercials on TV, you've heard people speak about it and all that stuff. The other major reason why more people are getting diagnosed with PTSD here, since especially the Iraq War, is because the way our soldiers are dying and fighting overseas. 95% of the soldiers who are dying that are American veterans or American servicemen are dying by IUDs, or they're getting when they're shot out of nowhere. What is that called? Ambush. Thank you very much. Okay, so think about it. Those are two terrible ways to die. Can we agree? So say, for instance, you're riding in a Humvee, you and a bunch of your closest, soldier, your whole little group of soldiers you fight with, trained with, and all that stuff. You guys are just riding in the back of a Humvee. You're listening to some music. You're telling crappy jokes to each other, saying terrible things, I assume, about their mothers. And all of a sudden, an IUD goes off, and your whole world changes. That's how our soldiers are dying. It's not usually direct one-on-one. It's by bombs going off over explosions and stuff like that. Or it's an ambush. You're walking through a street. You have your gun, carrying your gun. You're with your buddies. And it's just a normal street, a normal day. And all of a sudden, you're getting ambushed. Okay? People are getting shot. People are getting fired. Explosions everywhere. Complete confusion. So imagine when those soldiers come home. After they just watched the Humvee blow up, after they just walked down a normal street they've done 10,000 times, and all of a sudden one day it changes. Imagine listening to the radio and all of a sudden that song that comes on that was playing in the Humvee the last time you talk to your friend goes on. How are you going to respond? Flashback? Yeah. PTSD. What is it going to be like when you're walking down like a narrow road in like St. Augustine or something, like one of those historical roads we have here in the United States, which are really narrow, which have lots of buildings right along the road, and all of a sudden you're walking through it, and all of a sudden a memory is triggered for some reason, and all of a sudden you're in that ambush that happened years ago. That's PTSD. What triggers it? What causes it? All that. That's why our soldiers are going through so much. Obviously, face-to-face combat is hard, but when it's explosions, when it's out of nowhere, there's other memories that are being tied to that because it's a normal day. That's PTSD. So when we talk about stress, we're talking about major life events. Graduating from high school is a huge life event. Whether you believe it is or not, it really is. And I hope you have a surreal experience while you're sitting there. Because it is an important one. So I have 3 degrees. I have 2 bachelors and 1 master's. Obviously, I graduated from high school. Hopefully you put that together. With that being said, I have a lot of friends who didn't go to their graduations. Now, I got both of my bachelors in one ceremony. I got my master's in a obviously separate ceremony. But, like, it's really important that when you're in your graduation, especially for high school, I remember sitting there in my gown surrounded by the other R's, because my maiden name is Reeves. And I remember standing there, and I'm sitting in my seat, and the only person you're really going to care about on your graduation day, yeah, it's going to be fun to see your friends, but you're going to keep looking into the stadium and looking into the crowd looking for your parents. On graduation day, on big life events, you're going to figure out who is the most important people, and your parents are, because you're going to be constantly looking up there, and you're going to sit there, and I hope you go like, damn, it's over. Because it's a big deal. It's a nice capstone. It's a nice endpoint. And then your whole life changes again. Going to college is pretty damn scary. How many of you know a kid who went to college and they're back? It's kind of funny because they make a big deal about going to college and then they come back, which is really sad. A lot of people cannot make the adjustments from going from living at home to living in college. And there's multiple reasons for that. When we talk about those different types of things, we're looking at major changes. So, when we talk about life changes, some people, like for instance, we'll look a little bit bigger. Some people who get married do not adjust well to married life. Like at all. Like they don't want, it's not like they weren't living together before, now that they're living together, it's the living that causes a change. Because it's like a fundamental psychological change when you're married. It really is. McCray and I were together 8 years. 7 years? A long time. Like a really long time. 7, 6? 6 to 8 years, thank you. We've been together 6 to 8 years. We did live together before marriage. I think we lived together maybe 2, 3 years before we got married. So when we got married, the moving in together wasn't a thing because we were already living together. So that wasn't a thing. But the psychological shift of being married and being like, holy crap, we signed a piece of paper. We did it in front of our friends. Like, you know, we paid a lot of money to throw a party for it. It's just this kind of like sombering kind of thing. And the fact that I took his name because it was like a thing for him. I really wanted to say Reeves, maybe Reeves Bennett, but he wanted me to be a Bennett and it was like his thing. So I didn't, which I'm kind of personally about. But like that whole kind of transition, even for him, it's this like whole hallowing thing. Some people don't like it and immediately shut down. I've been to maybe 12 weddings. And my shortest marriage that I've actually observed, like the wedding to the divorce, was 6 months.
Wow.
I didn't get my toaster back. Actually, I didn't give her a toaster, but you're supposed to send your gifts back if it's less than a year. The shortest one was 6 months. I had another one that was 11 months. And that people have been together for years. They just couldn't handle the psychological change because they couldn't adjust to the new stress. Being for McCray, it's like, holy crap, I have a wife now. I have to provide for her. All of a sudden, for me, it was like, holy crap, I have a husband now. So, like, I need him to like me. I don't want to get a divorce. It's like more paperwork. We just signed a bunch of paperwork. You know what I mean? Like, psychologically, it's this, like, huge change. And that's stressful. And it's weird kind of finding your way. College undergraduate. So, Jack, you were kind of laughing that you know someone who went to college and is back. Okay? It's because they couldn't adjust to college. Either because they're socially awkward. We don't want to know their names. They're socially awkward. Okay? Either they were probably dating someone at another university. People who date people who go to other universities are less likely to continue at their university. Why? Because you're on your phone talking to your significant other all the whole time, correct? It's hard to make lasting relationships with the people you're with. True or not true? because you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It's hard. So those people typically, A, don't last because they're tired of being alone and they have no friends because they're always talking on the damn phone. Or they say, screw it, I'm moving. I'm going home. I'm done with this. Okay? True, not true. Think about it. I mean, you can't balance the two. Very few people can, and it's your opinion. You can make yours the way you want. So when you go, if you are struggling with college adjustment and you know someone who is, tell them to go to their counselor. Their counselor on campus, it's free for students, of course, is going to go through the college undergraduate stress scale. And they're just going to go through and figure out exactly what's stressing you out. It takes about 30 minutes. If your parents have ever gone to therapy, like after a major divorce or anything, they've probably done the social readjustment rating scales. It allows the therapist to figure out exactly what is the trigger point. Is it the stressing about now money is from one pot, not two pots? Is it dealing with the family dynamic change? All of those different components. Divorce is very, very complicated, as some of you may know from personal experience. But on the adult side of it, it's like, holy crap, you have to transition if you change your name. There's so many other things to it. It allows you to focus. Now, hassles are one of my favorite things to learn about. I find hassles to be fascinating. Hassles are things that we experience but that piss us off every damn day, but we don't do a thing about it. I love it because I think it's so fascinating. Perfect example. I've had my little man for a year and a half. By the way, he's not little anymore. He's like 78 pounds now. And he's a year and a half, and he's like a full-grown dog, but he's my little man. So he has a whole room, obviously, in my tiny house. He has one room. And on the wall, I drilled in holes, and I hung a little hook thing that I hang his harness, his long leash, his short leash, and I have my little puppy purse, just like a little crossbody bag that I throw my keys in when I'm going, and that's it. The stupid freaking hooks on that goddamn thing are too small. So when I'm grabbing for the leash, the harness falls every damn time because the hooks are too close to each other and the hooks aren't long enough to like keep it up there. Every damn day, if I grab one thing off the thing, something else falls. And every single time I say, damn it. Okay, so this morning, when I went to go get Toby, I grabbed the short leash. The harness fell. I said, damn it, picked it up, put it up there. When I came home from the dog park, I took the leash, put it on there. I knocked off the harness once again. And then when I put my little bag on top of the thing, it also fell the harness. Every single time this morning, I did twice. That's a hassle. Have I done anything about this hook that I've had for a year and a half that every single time I touch it, I say, damn it? No. But do I say damn it every time I do it? Yes, that's a hassle. On your whiteboard, tell me what is one thing that pisses you off, but not enough to do something about it. For instance, I don't really like this sweater, but I wear it all the time. It's like, it bugs me, but I wear it all the time. No.
Yes. What do you mean no?
5, 4, write something down. 3. Someone said their bedroom door squeaked every time they opened and closed it. And it literally murders your soul. What did you write?
If your house floor is made of
My
wood.
shower has a rain shower head, and has a rain shower, and the rain shower drips cold water every day. So I don't I need to.
Goodbye.
Like every single day at 5:30, like my dog Deuce, he's a puppy still. He's like